Well, we're at our friends here, Apex Optics, and they actually got quite a few new things out.
Yeah,
I guess go over the big ones first.
sure, absolutely. So the big ones are the new red dots that we got coming out, the Ion.
Yep.
Most likely going to be available in both red and green, but first we're going to do the red. We do
Okay.
have a green here in front of us. It's
Nice.
RMSC footprint, 25 millimeter tall window, so nice big window and a small footprint for the carry pistols,
Right.
most likely.
So that red and green, is that going to be you have to select your model red or green, or is that going to be built in where you can user select them?
It's not user selectable right now. We're working on the next version of the red dots that
Okay.
might be out in a couple of years that will probably have that feature. But it's a hard one to solve, and it's such a
Right.
small amount of electronics right there. So
Yep.
so yeah, we're working on that as we speak. But
Okay.
now you're going to be able to just choose between red or green, whichever you
Yeah.
prefer.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. And RMSC, so yeah, your carry dot 6 MOA dot, like that's really nice.
Thank
So
you.
that's the Ion. What else we got?
Yeah, we got the Edge Black, which is our new blackout edition of our Edge 1 to 10 LPVO. That one is the same exact LPVO, all the same technical and optical specs that we have on the original one that was made and assembled in Japan. We're just going to be assembling these in the U.S. now, starting the spring in our U.S. facility in Texas.
Right. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, the Black Series, it's the same thing as the Edge that everyone loves already.
Yeah.
It's just that one's is what's the benefits with assembling in the US?
Overall, I mean, there's a couple of U.S. laws for procurement for law enforcement. A lot of law enforcement agencies and any military application that you might want to get into, as far as contracts and potential purchases from DoD. So it has to be either fully assembled in the U.S. and QC'd in the U.S. or QC'd in the U.S. So we kind of chose to dip our toe in assembling some of our models in the States. This is the very first one that's going to happen. Then our next rifle scopes are going to be most likely assembled in the U.S. as well.
Okay.
And we have the capability to assemble all of our red dots in the States as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. And this next one is interesting. This
Saving
vapor.
the most interesting for last.
Yeah.
So this is our Vapor 1 to 4 by 22, 22 millimeter objective lens, but it's the first of its kind variable zoom prismatic sight. So you can go and manipulate it just like you would a rifle scope. There's no lever to hit underneath to
Right.
go from 1x to only 4x. You can actually go to 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, there's a 1 through 4, not 1 and 4.
1 and 4, exactly. So one of the benefits of this one is that it's a much more lightweight package than an LPVO on a 1.4 would be. It comes with the standard Picatinny rail adapter mount that we have built into the body, but it is swappable, and we're going to have a QD version available as well.
Okay.
And then obviously the 6 illumination on-off in between with our customized fire reticle in the second focal plane.
Right.
And to all those people that criticize us that we always only do mill, this one is in MOA.
Okay, so there you go. There's some MOA for everybody. I've been switching over to mill, so yeah. And I looked through this the other day, and that is clear. I like that reticle. We'll throw that up on the screen, picture of the reticle, because it is really nice.
Awesome.
And
no, we've had this has been like the #1 attract in our booth this week.
Yeah.
Everybody who's kind of heard about it or seen our social media or whatever to come check it out. Everybody loves it. I think it's going to be a big hit for us, especially for carbine work and PCC.
Right.
That's going to be very popular.
So are we talking MSRP on this?
It's going to be about $750 US.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And
from ever having to run any magnifiers or anything like that with prismatic sights, so it's definitely a nice sleek package, and I think it's going to be a big hit for us.
Awesome. And we skipped over it. The Ion. What was the MSRP going to be on those?
$275 US, so about
nice.
$325 Canadian, something like that. But yeah, we try to keep our Canadian prices steady. And yeah, it's good.
Awesome. Well, yeah, those price points, those are nice. And Well, you guys came out with a bunch of accessories this year as well.
Yeah, this seems to be the year that we finally have come out with our own accessory line. We've been working on this for about 14 months, so it's trying to find the right combination of things. But I mean, we have a bunch more coming out later this spring as well. But this is what was ready for SHOT Show this year.
Okay.
So we have our RMR risers. We have 3 different heights for our risers. That we're gonna have the low, medium, and high for the our RMR footprint dots that we already have.
Okay.
We have the same version for the RMSCs as well if somebody chooses to run these too.
Right.
We have our 45-degree offset mount for the
Nice.
RMR footprint, our leveling wedges for mounting rifle scopes, and pick rail adapter.
I saw those this morning, and I had seen these style before, and I mean it's simple, but after using something like this, like one of the best ways to level a scope.
It's
and
super quick,
and it's
right?
simple, super simple. You're not having to put a bubble level on your barrel and make sure that that's all right. Just pop 2 pieces and there you go.
And
Nice.
we guarantee reticle leveling to the bottom of our index point on off the flat there. So if you do it that way, we've never had an issue mounting a scope that way. And then obviously, coming back to this real quick. So we have an LPVO mount that's going to be coming out. That wasn't quite ready for SHOT Show, but it's in anodizing like this week. So
I got a cantilever mount then?
A cantilever LPVO 34mm tube mount.
Nice.
With a built-in leveling. So if you basically buy our mount and you have our leveling wedges, it'll automatically work and you can level your LPVO real quick.
Oh, so it's gonna have the slot, so you don't need this.
You don't need that piece. You're just gonna have the slot built into the thing. You just pop it in, level it, and tighten down. You're good to go.
Nice.
So we have our 34mm competition rings right here. Those ones come in 3 different heights, but we made these with. They're obviously very heavy duty looking and in appearance, but also they're extremely strong. We made them out of 70-75 aluminum. They clamp down. They're not going to let loose. They're going to hold your scope in place without applying too much pressure on the scope tubes, which as a manufacturer, we experience this a lot with third-party mounts and customers over torquing. So we wanted to engineer it in a way that a customer couldn't over torque it and damage our own scopes.
Okay.
Kind of a selfish approach, but we also wanted to make a high quality mount that
those are some tight tolerances there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, we have the smaller brother of those mounts. We have our lightweight hunter mounts.
Okay. So are these through the whole range, or is basically like a 34 mil and then 30 mil?
Yeah, so we're not going to have our, we don't have a 30mm competition scope yet, but we will most likely offer these in 30mm as well for the six screw mounts, like the heavier duty ones.
Right.
If you want to run that, but these ones are more than enough for any 30mm scope that we've ever tested it on.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been a bit of a passion project to get that going, but like I said, there's going to be a couple more that we're going to be announcing within the next few months.
Oh, awesome. More announcements. Okay, I guess last question. Like we're talking the Ion, the Vapor. When are we expecting to see those to market? Yeah,
so the Ions are going to be probably here in April or May of shipping. These ones are going to be shipping, like the accessories are going to be shipping in probably most likely February.
Okay.
They're in production right now, so they're going to be ready to roll soon. The Vapor is most likely going to be summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, more exciting new stuff from Apex. Thanks, Vanja.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Kyle.